Hello my friends and welcome back to my gaming channel, welcome back to your MLAGGIONE. I will be presenting you guys a new video on how to complete the challenges for the Gymkhana GRID Masters playlist. So if you need any challenge to complete, you come to the right place. I will leave for each challenge a time code down below the video in the description. So head on to one of those that interests you and hope it will help you guys, and good luck! For this first challenge, Gymkhana Volts, I won't be going into too much details guys, it is actually pretty self-explanatory. All you have to do is participate and finish in 3 grand races with any vehicle available to you, and then make sure that you have this challenge pin, and you should complete this challenge very quickly. For the Gymkhana Addict challenge, you will have to spend at least 10 minutes in Gymkhana Grid Park, doing whatever you guys you can, or just leave your car and parked inside the Gymkhana park for 10 minutes idling. You should finish the challenge. Or if you guys prefer doing something, you can always run the events like I did here, and you can use any event that is set on Gymkhana Grid Park, and that way you can also always restart the race and fill the time of 10 minutes and you will complete the challenge. To finish the Gymkhana Demolition challenge, you will guys have to come to this wrecking ball in the middle of the Gymkhana Grid Park. Now, to do the close drift, you will have to stick close as possible to the wrecking ball. If you stick to around the white and red lines around the wrecking ball and doing the donuts drifting around the wrecking ball, you guys will be fine in completing this challenge. Just make sure that once you start drifting, you do not stray too far away. If you do, release the throttle and straighten a bit your steering wheel, and it will immediately bring you back closer to the wrecking ball. Now remember guys, in order to finish this challenge, you will have to complete 5 times close drift towards the wrecking ball. In Gymkhana Airlines challenge, we will need to perform 5 perfect landings in the Gymkhana Grid Park, and all the while we will have to be using the Hoonigan Ford Mustang. Just in case, if you guys do not know where the Gymkhana Grid Park is, go here to the map on the left menu here, select it, and then navigate all the way towards the southwest of the Oahu Island, and this is where you're gonna find the Grid Park. Teleport your guys self here, and then find this tree with the ramp here on, launch yourself into the air, and make sure that once you land, both the 4 wheels touch the ground perfectly. You can always adjust the pitch and angle of your car while in the air in order to land perfectly. For the Gymkhana Heights guys, we'll have to spend 1 minute in the air after a jump in free drive. And we'll have to be using the Hoonigan Ford Mustang. Now, I would guys recommend you, if you go here on the map, and I would guys recommend you actually to go to the volcano here on Mauna Pele on Oahu Island. Make sure you visit its summit. I find this very easy to do because it's a very tall structure, and once you launch off the surface of the volcano, it will start counting the seconds you spend in the air straight after the jump. Just to mention guys, if you do not manage to meet 1 minute criteria to finish this challenge, you can always use the rewind feature to rewind the time and always redo it again. To complete Gymkhana Trick challenge, you will have to perform grind for 25 seconds in the Gymkhana Grid Park. Now, there's no any restriction for the vehicle for this challenge, so you can guys actually use any vehicle that you like. Now, if you go on the map and go to the southwest of Oahu Island, you will find where the Gymkhana Grid Park is, obviously. And I would guys actually recommend you to go to this corner here On the very south side of the Gymkhana Grid Park, you will find 3 railings for the grind that you can use. You can always turn around and redo the grind on all of these railings over and over again until you complete the required 25 seconds for the challenge. I would also recommend you guys is not to drive fast because you want to be stuck on the railing for as long as possible to keep that seconds going, counting towards your progression for the challenge. Next up challenge, the Gymkhana Tire Slayer, we will have to perform 50 close drifts in a Honolulu City on Oahu Island. Now, there's no restriction for the vehicle, but I would recommend you guys to use the Unicorn Mustang. So, if you can see on the map, this is the Honolulu City, as you guys probably are aware. We will have to be within this playground here to achieve 50 close drifts. To achieve the 50 close drifts, you will guys basically have to drift as close possible, for example here on this intersection, as very close possible to the walls, objects, other vehicles. In that way you can achieve very quickly the required 50 close drifts. Just make sure if you're trying to perform the close drift, do not hit any object or vehicle within the game map, otherwise it will not count towards your progression for this challenge. So, for Gymkhana Skill, we will have to perform a 10 precision in the Gymkhana Grid Park while doing it in free drive. There's no restriction for our vehicle, so you can choose to drive any vehicle as you want. Now, if you guys come to the most southern part of Gymkhana Grid Park, you will guys find here this, I would say a contraption which you can drive through, and as you can see, every time I drive through, and you guys when we drive through, you will fulfill a precision skill. All you have to do now is repeat that for 10 times and you will have a challenge completed. There's nothing much to say about the Gymkhana Cruiser challenge. All you guys have to do is just drive 15 kilometers on any asphalt surface in free drive while driving the Hoonigan Mitsubishi Evo 9. The only piece of advice I actually guys can offer you is if you want to do this very quickly and without any hassle is just to drive on any closed motorway loop just north of Honolulu City. That way you guys will not have to spend too much time and worry about crashing. You can just drive very fast and finish this challenge very quickly. So basically what we need to do for this challenge guys is to perform a 30 precision strike in free drive and all the while driving Hoonigan Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. In free drive of course. Now don't get alarmed guys, it's actually quite easy. If you guys go to the Gymkhana Grid Park here in the southwest part of the Oahu Island, find this sort of like a roundabout in the middle of the grid park, and you will find these strike targets. So basically what you guys need to do is hit it with your rear end while you're drifting around it, and as you can see it's counting towards the progression, and you guys will have to finish it very quickly. For the Gymkhana Expert challenge, we'll have to win the event called Gymkhana Motorfest with a perfect Gymkhana score. Now, because there's no vehicle restriction for this challenge, you can basically use any drift vehicle that you want. So if you guys go here toward the events tab, and if you scroll down to when you find the Gymkhana Motorfest event, you can guys basically transport yourself there. But one thing I want to talk about first, if you want to make yourself easier to finish this challenge, is if you guys go here in the settings and options and difficulty and turn on the drift assist if you guys struggling for the drift, put it in the sport mode, and also go down towards the counter steering and turn it on. It will help you actually easier to gain points and drift throughout the event. Now, having sorted that one out, once you reach the event, make sure when you start the event, here on the side menu where it says event settings, make sure that the Gymkhana modifier is on. And when you start the event, you will see on the right side here the Gymkhana score tracker. We need to fill all of these 4 circles in order to complete this challenge during this event. Now, I would guys advise you to drift as much as possible in this event because it will help you boosting your score. Drive as fast as possible as well. Make sure you make these E-turns on time and it's gonna boost your score. Now, when you come to this part, guys, around the roundabout as I call it, make sure you guys start doing the drift and stick as close as possible to it. That will also help you increase your scoring ability for the Gymkhana. Make sure you guys do as much as possible rounds around this roundabout until you see the close drift maxing out scoring for it, like it was just shown on the screen. Now I just want to add, guys, one thing, that if you are struggling with time in finishing in time, you can always lower the difficulty and that will allow you to have more time to finish this event. Also, another thing that will help you with scoring points is if you put the legendary points into the affixes that boosting basically any scoring for the events. That will also help you greatly, and if you have any parts for the drifting that have affixes for boosting the scoring, that will also contribute towards your quicker and more faster scoring. Once you hit this last part around 93-94%, don't forget to do the same thing drifting around the roundabout, as I call it, and hitting these precision strikes. It will actually boost your scoring greatly, so just keep on doing around it until you hit your target, and make sure you do not run out of the time. For Gymkhana Astra challenge, we will need to perform a 2 no gravity on the Business Plaza rooftop. Now luckily, this challenge doesn't restrict us in any vehicle particularly, so you can choose to drive any vehicle you choose. So go here on the map on the left and go towards the big city Honolulu. Just right next to Waikiki Beach, as you see on the map, you will find the Business Plaza. Drop your GPS pins here on the rooftop and then make your way towards it. I will recommend you guys to of ease of access either to fly a helicopter or airplane, as I did here in my case. As soon as you are close to the rooftop, switch quickly to your ground vehicle and make sure you land inside the building rooftop. Now, in order to perform a no gravity, start driving like I did here in the video. Quickly press a handbrake and make a U-turn, whether left or right, but I would guys prefer you to do on the right side, inner side of the building, so you don't fly out of the building. For Gymkhana Spiral challenge, we will need to perform a 5 ground spin in the event called Skoto vs Koto with the Gymkhana modifier enabled. So go here towards the event, as you can see on this tab, press on it and then scroll down until you see this event, and you should be able to teleport yourself towards the event. And also, do not forget that here in the event settings, you should be having enabled Gymkhana modifier, as we will need for the challenge. In order to perform a ground spin, what you guys will need to do is drive straight and then press the handbrake, use left or right turn, and basically just made quickly a U-turn. So basically this challenge is almost as similar as the one we had to do for no gravity in Gymkhana Astra challenge. In Gymkhana Caretaker challenge, we will need to complete this event with a perfect clean driving score in the event called Grid Paradise. Luckily, this event doesn't have any vehicle restrictions, so you can basically drive any vehicle you choose to. If you click here on the event settings, and it's just in the first challenge. Now, when you guys come to the location, make sure that in the event settings here on the right side, select the clean driving modifier, as it will help you to see if you guys hit any object along the way while you are performing in this event. And if you did, you will see here on the right side where it says clean driving, if it's less than 4,500 coins, I would call them, then you guys will need to restart this event because you will not finish this challenge. I would recommend you guys to use a Unicorn Mustang for this event. Also, take your time guys, do not rush. Obviously you have to come in within the certain amount of time, and you have to have in this case 4,000 points for the difficulty setting. But other than that, just make sure you do not drive too close to any object. Even the checkpoints will cost you finishing this challenge. So yeah, just take your time, be having precision guys, and you should be able to finish this challenge without any problem. In Gymkhana 360, we will need to perform 10 donuts at the Mauna Pele Observatory in free drive. Now, I think by now you guys probably know where Mauna Pele Observatory is, but in case you don't, go here on the map on the left menu and go towards the middle of the western side of the Oahu Island coast. If you have finished the Off-Road Addict challenge, you will find this event here, and that's where you find the Mauna Pele Observatory. Make sure to drop in and then make your way towards the location. Once you have come to the location, you will need to do 10 donuts as we said. Be advised that doing donuts in a row, just completely doing the burnout in a circle, will not count towards your progression. So once you do one full circle for a donut, stop doing the donut and then try again, this time on the opposite side or on the same side as you were doing prior. In the Gymkhana Run challenge, we'll need to finish and win the event called Rocket Science in less than 5 minutes, and all the while using the Hoonigan Ford Mustang. So go here on the Events tab on this playlist, and then scroll down until you see in the second in the row the event called Rocket Science. In order to make it easier for you guys to finishing this challenge, I would advise all of you guys to lower the difficulty for this challenge, which will increase the time that you can finish this challenge, and it will lower the minimum required points that you will have to have in order to complete this event and basically win it. I would advise you guys that it's very desirable that you guys have invested legendary points in skill-based affixes in your player character. Also, it wouldn't hurt to have also parts for drift with scoring affixes. Now remember guys, you will have exactly 5 minutes to finish this event, otherwise the challenge will be void. The Gymkhana Jaunt challenge is basically driving from point A to point B within time limit. So here we have to drive from the Aho airport to Gymkhana Grid Park in less than 5 minutes. So if you guys go to the maps, you will find the Honolulu airport just towards the west of it, as you can see here in the video. Now I would advise you guys to teleport yourself straight exactly on the runway, and then open up the maps again and navigate towards the southwestern part of the Oahu Island, and that's where you're gonna find the Gymkhana Grid Park. Drop your GPS pins guys here. Now remember, as soon as you start moving your vehicle, the timer will start ticking, and in that case you will have exactly 5 minutes to reach the location. Gymkhana Speed challenge, we'll need to reach a speed of 350 km per hour in the Gymkhana Grid Park, and all that while using the Hoonigan Audi S1 Hoonitron. I would advise you guys to make it easy on yourself and upgrade this car to the maximum performance level of 700. That will allow you a better acceleration and greater top speed. Now, if you come to the following location in the Gymkhana Grid Park, you will guys have plenty of straight line to accelerate to reach the required speed of 350 kilometers. For the Gymkhana Vice challenge, we'll have to perform guys 50 precision strikes in free drive mode, and all the while we will have to drive Hoonigan Audi S1 Hoonitron. Now, the best place to do this, I would guys recommend you to go to Gymkhana Grid Park. If you zoom in on this location where I have just zoomed, just give me a second, yeah, just right here, you will see there's these targets for precision strike. So drop your GPS pin here guys, and then teleport yourself as close as possible to it, and then make your way towards it. When you come to the location, all you guys have to do now is start drifting around that tree. I would call it a drifting roundabout, and start hitting it with the rear end of your vehicle. You will need to do it 50 times. As you can see, it's pretty fast and simple, so you guys don't need to do too much. In Gymkhana Demon challenge, we'll have to perform 10 precision strikes in the event called Volcana, and all the while we'll have to use the Hoonigan Ford Mustang. So if you guys go here in the events tab, scroll all the way down in the events list, you will find the event called Volcana. Make your way towards once you have selected the event. Luckily in this event, you can see there's a lot of objects that you guys can break. So if you guys press the drift button and you will start sliding sideways, you will have a lot of options to hit either light pillars or the wall here, as you can see, and it will count towards the progression of the precision strikes.
See you soon, driver.
For the Gymkhana DNA challenge, we will need to perform 5 times danger in Volcana event. We'll have to do that all the while driving Hoonigan Audi S1 Hoonitron. Now, in order to do that, first we need to go to Events tab here and then find the event called Volcana and teleport yourself guys there. What is important to know is that around 27%, just at this jump ramp, you will earn yourself danger. Perform this 5 times and you will guys finish the challenge. For the Gymkhana Dock challenge, we will need to win the event called Racekana, and we will have to drive the Hoonigan Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Now, in order to access this race, press here guys on the Events tab and scroll down until you find the Racekana event. Make sure guys, once you come to the event, to select the Evo 9 as you can see here on the vehicle list. Otherwise, the challenge will not be counted towards completion. Also, it would help a lot if you guys maximize the performance parts on this car, so it will help you to win this race easier.
Leave no playlist unfinished, drive.
This is a very simple and short challenge. All you guys have to do is equip a tire vanity on Hoonigan Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. So how to do that, I'm sure you guys know, but just in case for those that don't know. So if you guys go to your vehicle list, select your Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9 Hoonigan, and here you will see in the vanity parts, probably you have any tire you can equip that you have on the list. It doesn't matter what kind of tire, you can easily remove it later if you do not like it. So once you choose your tire, press enter to equip it, exit the selection menu, and you should complete the challenge, and that's it.
us your next objective and let's go. The next one is bound to be breathtaking.
For this event called Gymkhana Crew, as its name says, all you have to do is get somebody to join you in a crew, and then you will guys have to run the event called the Hoonigan Barnyard. And once you start the event, all you have to do now is either one of you guys will have to win this event, and that's it. I have to add of note that there is no vehicle restriction, so basically you guys can use any vehicle that you deem fit, but I would advise you guys to stick to the Hoonigan Unicorn Mustang, as it's probably gonna help you finish this event easier. So for this last challenge on the playlist called the Gymkhana Dogs, you guys will have to again meet up in a crew with somebody of your friends, or maybe if you guys have somebody else on a Facebook group or Discord channel, like I mentioned in the description down the video below. So what we'll have to do is get the maximum score with the Gymkhana modifier enabled in a crew of 2. Luckily there is no vehicle restriction, so basically you guys can use any vehicles you guys choose to. So in order to perform for this challenge, I've selected the Hoonigan Barnyard event, as it's, for me at least, it's the most easiest one to complete. So once you teleport yourself or reach the event by the means, go towards the settings and just make sure that in event settings the Gymkhana modifier is on, because we will need it to complete the challenge. Now, once the event starts, I would really recommend you guys to go out all crazy, do all kind of things like precision strike, driving through precision, grid grind, drifting, close drift, anything that will quickly and efficiently increase your Gymkhana score. Because the more you guys do in the Gymkhana Grid Park, the more this Gymkhana score will fill up quickly and more efficiently. If you guys are stagnant for a while, the score will start dropping. So just make sure that, guys, whatever you do it quickly and with precision. So this would be all guys for this tutorial guide on how to complete all the challenges for the Gymkhana GRID Masters playlist. I would also for the end would like to thank my good friend Dark Hilaris for helping me out with the crew challenges. I hope this video helped you to some capacity, and if it did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I always have new videos coming up. Don't forget to share the video to help others as well, and hit that bell icon for notifications. I hope to see you guys again soon on my channel. Please drive safe and always wear the seatbelt, and of course don't forget to game on guys.